He can do whatever he wants. I mean, we have a massive armada formed, the biggest we've ever had, and by far the biggest we've ever had in South America. He can do whatever he wants. It's all right. Whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do something, if he plays tough, it'll be the last time he's ever able to play tough.
Tough words there. Trump administration not backing down on efforts to push Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro out of power. Its campaign targeting those ships carrying Venezuelan oil. Officials say the U.S. plans to either keep or sell the crude oil and the tankers it has seized off the coast of Venezuela, despite getting criticism from foreign governments. China, which of course is one of the biggest importers of Venezuelan oil, has condemned the seizure of ships in the Caribbean as violation of international law. To discuss this, pleased to bring in former Florida Congressman, former chairman of the Republican Party of Texas, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. He's now the chairman of the Dallas County Republican Party. Alongside Lieutenant Colonel West, we have former National Security Council Chief of Staff for the Trump administration, former CIA analyst Fred Fleitz, who's the vice chair of the America First Policy Institute. Gentlemen, great to see you both. All right, every day it's getting more and more heated with Maduro. You just heard President Trump. I don't think Maduro's going to come out and sing any more, songs after he hears that. The last time he's able to play, Fred, I'll let you kick things off. They need the oil. They need to export it. It is critically important to his life, his country, his ability to stay in power. Where does this go?
Well, let's consider what Trump is doing here. He's reasserting American influence in the Western Hemisphere to stop drugs and criminal gangs and illegal migrants that come into the U.S. A huge number were coming from Venezuela. Venezuela was destabilizing the region. We know this oil that Venezuela is illegally selling is financing terrorism. It's financing Cuba. Some of it is being sold to China through cryptocurrency on unmarked freighters that turn off their transponders. So Trump's targeting a lot of things here that have to be dealt with. Driving Maduro from power, that's going to be hard. It may be possible, but these dictators will really make their people suffer before they leave. And he's being propped up by Cuban intelligence. So I hope we drive him from power, but at a minimum, we're going to restore American influence in the hemisphere.
Yeah. Venezuela is a lot of adversaries that were shared by us. Colonel West, as you know this, China, Russia, they have Hezbollah there, infiltrated, long-standing relationship with them. I want to talk to you specifically about what's happening here with radical Islam as well. We've seen more concerns. Director of National Intelligence, for example, Tulsi Gabbard on the stage at Turning Point USA's America Fest. I want to play this and then talk about specifically what you are seeing in Texas.
Mm-hmm. But there is a threat to our freedom that is not often talked about enough. And it is the greatest near and long-term threat to both our freedom and our security, and that is the threat of Islamist ideology. At its core, it is a political ideology that seeks to create a global...
So there's a lot happening in Texas, which I know you're up to speed on, but just to kind of give the viewers a broad stroke, Colonel West, you've got this compound which has been renamed. It was called Epic City. You've got a lot of concern about Sharia law. This week, one mayor in Texas issued a proclamation to ban it. When you look at places like Texas, the middle of our country, I know that CARE has condemned Tulsi Gabbard's speech. CARE, obviously, the against Muslims, and they're the big advocacy group there. But what is your message to Americans, whether it be Texas or other countries, that don't even know what's happening in their backyard?
Yeah. Well, first of all, to kind of dovetail off what Fred was speaking about, we have a problem with Trinidad right here in the state of Texas. We have 3 of their senior leaders that have been recently apprehended. But the problem with Islamic jihadism that goes way back here in the state of Texas to 2004, when you had the largest Islamic terrorist trial that happened here, was the Holy Land Foundation trial. And that is where CARE, the Council for American Islamic Relations, was named as an unindicted co-conspirator in that case. case. So this has been going on for quite some time in the state of Texas. And let's also remember that at the beginning of this year, we had an Islamic terrorist attack in New Orleans, and the perpetrator of that attack was from Houston, Texas. He attended the Islamic Center there for Greater Houston. So what you see happening is, under this quote unquote guise of being a religion and a religious organization, that we see a lot of this Sharia infiltration, trying to set up parallel systems of jurisprudence. We talked about Epic City, which now they're calling the Meadows. And now you see that they're trying to do the exact same thing just up the road from us in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. We have seen what has happened in Dearborn, Michigan, where just recently you had the mayor of Dearborn, Michigan, tell a Christian pastor that he was not allowed in his city, he was not welcome in his city, because that pastor was speaking at a city council meeting against naming a street in Dearborn, Michigan for a supporter
That's right.
of Hamas. So all of this is happening.
And
all
we had
across
that. It is. It's a wake-up call, but it seems like every week something new is happening. We're going to continue to track it, especially in Texas. I know in the new year there's some events that will be going on as people want to make sure that those neighborhoods are aware of Sharia law and what is happening. Fred, we have a third topic, if I can get to this briefly in our final minute. You know, there is this question about Greenland. And President Trump is pretty clear. Jeff Landry, Louisiana governor, is now going to be the special envoy. They're angry. You had a response from Greenland's prime minister, and Trump says, obviously, that this is, strategic. This is a place to have, national security. There's a lot of reasons why. Its potential to be aligned with us. Where do you think this goes? Because it had cropped up a little bit last year, and now it's back in the headlines.
Well, it's a matter of historic pride for little Greenland and their left-wing bureaucrats. Little Denmark and their left-wing bureaucrats to hold on to Greenland, but they can't defend Greenland. They can't give the support that we could give to the people of Greenland. So President Trump is serious about this. He's named a special envoy. I expect the special envoy will be speaking to the people of Greenland so they can make up their own decisions. So they won't be bullied by the people of Denmark, by the left-wing government of Denmark, to do something that may not be in their best interests.
Yeah. Great points by you all. Some major topics we're following today. Wish we had a little bit more time. Got to leave it there. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, Fred Fleitz, a pleasure. Thank you both.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.